Imagine an empire of unprecedented power, stretching from the dusty plains of India to the fertile banks of the Nile in Egypt. Picture a network of roads and watchtowers connecting this vast realm, all run by a flawless bureaucracy. How did one ancient civilization manage to hold it all together? And what happened when it all came crashing down? Welcome to the world of Cyrus Darius and the magnificent city of Persepolis. Today we dive deep into the Achaemenid Empire. Founded around 550 BCE by Cyrus the Great, it soared to glorious heights before its dramatic downfall at the hands of Alexander the Great. This isn't just a story of kings and conquests. It's a tale of groundbreaking administration, rich cultural exchange, relentless war, and a legacy that continues to shape our world today. So buckle up as we journey back in time to explore one of history's most influential superpowers. Our story begins with a visionary leader, Cyrus the Great. He wasn't just a conqueror, he was a unifier. Starting from his Persian homeland, he brought the Medes, the Lydians, and many other peoples under his rule. The pivotal moment came in 539 BCE when he conquered the legendary city of Babylon. Not with brute force alone, but with a promise of tolerance and respect for local customs. Cyrus understood that an empire wasn't just built on military might, but on loyalty, logistics, and a surprising amount of generosity. He established the foundations of a system that would allow his empire to thrive for centuries. He wasn't just building a kingdom, he was creating a new model for civilization. Following Cyrus, Darius the Great took the empire to a whole new level. If Cyrus was the architect, Darius was the master administrator who perfected the design. He realized that to control such a massive territory, you needed a brilliant system. So he divided the empire into provinces, or satrapies, each governed by a satrap who answered directly to him. This created a perfect balance between local governance and central authority. Darius also introduced standardized currency and a fair tax system, which fueled the economy and funded incredible building projects, including the majestic capital of Persepolis. Under his rule, the empire reached its zenith, a sprawling domain connected by the famous Royal Road, and an efficient courier system that could carry messages across thousands of miles in mere days. But the Achaemenid Empire wasn't just an administrative machine. It was a vibrant melting pot of cultures. Zoroastrianism, with its concepts of a single wise god and the cosmic struggle between good and evil, was the dominant faith of the Persian elite. However, one of the empire's greatest strengths was its policy of religious tolerance. From the Jews in Babylon to the Egyptians and their pantheon of gods, diverse cultures were allowed to flourish. This diversity is captured in the stunning art and architecture of the era. The reliefs at Persepolis show people from all corners of the empire bringing tribute, a testament to the multicultural society the Achaemenids had forged. Great projects didn't just showcase power, they inspired new forms of art, architecture, and administration that would be copied for centuries. However, no golden age lasts forever. The empire's immense power inevitably brought it into conflict with the ambitious city-states of Greece. The Greco-Persian Wars, starting under Darius and continuing under his successor Xerxes, were a series of brutal and costly conflicts. Famous battles like Marathon and Thermopylae tested the limits of Persian might. While the empire was far from defeated, these wars marked a turning point. The fierce resistance from the Greeks began to chip away at the image of Persian invincibility and set the stage for a new world order, one where a young Macedonian king was watching, learning, and waiting for his moment. That moment arrived in 334 BCE. A new force of nature, Alexander the Great, launched his audacious campaign against the Persian Empire. Fueled by a desire for revenge, glory, and conquest, his highly disciplined army swept through Asia Minor. The decisive battle came at Gaugamela, where Alexander's tactical genius shattered the might of the Persian army, led by Darius III. The end of an era was sealed in 330 BCE with a deeply symbolic act of destruction, the burning of Persepolis. The magnificent capital, the very heart of the Achaemenid world, was reduced to ashes. With this, the once mighty empire fell, and the Hellenistic age began, as Alexander's generals carved up the vast territory into new kingdoms. But even in destruction, the legacy of the Achaemenid Empire endured. Alexander's successors, the Seleucids, inherited the land, but they also inherited the sophisticated administrative structures the Persians had built. The system of satrapies, the road networks, and the methods of provincial governance were too effective to discard. These Persian innovations persisted, forming the backbone of the new Hellenistic realms and influencing empires that would rise long after. The fall of the empire was not the end of Persian influence. Far from it. The Achaemenid legacy left an indelible mark on the future. The administrative structures, the grandeur of royal ceremonies, and the very idea of a multicultural, centrally governed empire became a blueprint for later powers, including the Parthian and Sassanian empires, which would rise in the same lands and see themselves as the rightful heirs to Cyrus and Darius. Culturally, the impact was just as profound. Zoroastrianism, though challenged by new faiths, continued to be a significant spiritual force in the region, and its ideas would subtly influence other major world religions. The art, architecture, and courtly traditions of the Persians echoed through the ages. Even today, the legacy of the Achaemenid Empire is woven into the fabric of modern Iran and the wider Middle East, a testament to its enduring power and sophistication. So what can we learn from the Persian Empire today? It's a powerful lesson in how administration, culture, and infrastructure are the true pillars of any great civilization. It shows us that an empire's legacy isn't just in the monuments it builds, but in the systems it creates and the ideas it spreads. The Achaemenids may have fallen, but their influence never truly vanished. It simply transformed, leaving traces that continue to shape our world. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into history. What part of the Persian Empire fascinates you the most? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.